Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Gringo Trucker Show. Gringo, Matt. Coming to you live from Hialeah, Florida. This is your Gringo Trucker. My name is Matthew Goose Gossett. Goose is my nickname. That's what my friends call me, so I expect you to as well. All right, so let's get into our topics today. We're going to talk about some of the effects of the Yellow bankruptcy closure, how some truckers who were surveyed feel about that, what that means for the future, of the trucking world, the bigger guys, maybe even the smaller guys who are picking up some of the slack. We're going to talk about the bids for what Yellow has left, all of their assets. We're going to talk about who's the front runner, and that's topic number one. And topic number two, we're going to talk about Donald J. Trump. And we're going to talk about where he stands right now amidst all these allegations and all these issues that he's got going on. We're going to talk about where he stands in the presidential race for 2024. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I know you missed me. It was a long intro. No, I'm just teasing. You didn't miss me. So let's get into this Yellow situation again. I talked about it a few shows ago about what happened, why, and some of the consequences. But now that it's been a couple of weeks since the announcement and since they've actually shut down, there's been a survey conducted with about 400 truck drivers by JW Security. Well, I got a stuttering problem all of a sudden. JW Surety Bonds. What that study reveals is that 70% of truckers are concerned about their job security following the shutdown of Yellow Corp. Imagine a large company that everybody knows, pretty much a household name when it comes to freight. When they shut down, that's going to affect a lot of people in a lot of different ways. 70% of those surveyed said that their employer has taken steps to alleviate those job security concerns, whether that be, one-on-one talks or emails or blanket statements, things like that, while 1 in 4 say that their employer hasn't addressed it at all, meaning maybe that's not a concern, and that their employees should not be concerned. 54% of the surveyed truckers believe that Yellow's failure indicates instability in the trucking sector. Well, if you've been following any of the news lately, you will know that that is, in fact, a problem. There is some instability amongst gas prices, diesel prices, amongst brokers and their willingness or unwillingness to pay good rates. So as you can imagine, there is instability in the trucking sector. 37% of those surveyed are actively seeking new jobs. That's kind of shocking. So imagine almost 40% of truckers are now looking just because they're nervous and they're scared. And some company as large as Yellow shuts down, you're gonna stand up and take notice, especially if that's your livelihood. 1 in 6 worry about their company's future, as imagined. Yellow, again, I can't stress it enough. Yellow was a big deal. This was a big deal in the trucking industry. This is a big deal in the trucking world. 83 respondents, in other words, those people who were surveyed, they were aware of Yellow shutdown, and the most common emotion that they cited, sadness. Nobody wants to see a fellow trucker fail. Nobody wants to see a major player in the game fail, knowing that it employs so many people. So imagine that's going to have a negative effect. In fact, 72% of those surveyed said that it impacted their mental health negatively. So, it's a sad time, as far as that goes. And unfortunately, from what I'm reading, I fear that there may be more ahead. It seems like the smaller companies are doing the best and scrambling to try to fill that void that Yellow has created. But what these findings emphasize is the need for support and resources to address the emotional well-being of truckers. I'm very big on the mental health of our truckers because, again, as I've stated many, many times before, these folks are the lifeblood of America. This is what we thrive on. If there were no truckers, there'd be no commerce. There would be no capitalism. There would be no business. And that would be awful. So, we need to take steps to address those emotional issues and the mental health of the challenges and uncertainties faced by the trucking workforce here in the aftermath of Yellow's shutdown. So speaking of that Yellow shutdown, well, what the heck is going on with all their assets, all their trucks, all their land, all their facilities? It's basically an open market now for people who are trying to buy up those assets. And they've got two very, very big bidders as of right now. One being Estes trucking company, and the other being Old Dominion. As of right now, Estes bid 1.3 billion for the Yellow's assets, but Old Dominion has bid 1.5. So right now, the ball is basically in Old Dominion's court. They seem to be the ones willing to pay out the most money for these assets. And doing the research and listening to and looking at the articles, it seems like they're more interested in the actual land that Yellow has more than anything else. As we discussed before, I mean, the problems that Yellow was facing was just one stacked up on another. The bailout, they received a bailout from the Trump administration for $700 million. They have mounting debt, struggles with unionized workers, all these things, and then their commitment to fully repay the bailout amount. All of these things compounded and forced the company to shut down. And that's terrible news. That was terrible news for everybody. And hopefully, one of these other companies can buy this up and expand and give these truckers their well-needed jobs, much-needed jobs, and they can put this in their past and move on. I know for a fact, I know several truck drivers who worked for Yellow, and they were kind of hinted at that this might happen, but it's one of those things that you may know that it's happened or that it's going to happen, but when it does happen, it still hits you like a brick. So my heart goes out to those folks. Good luck to Old Dominion or Estes, whoever decides to pony up the money, and let's see if we can put this Yellow situation behind us, and let's move forward in the trucking industry for the betterment of the entire United States of America. So this is one of my fun parts of the show where I get to pick up this thing right here and make all the noises and tell you all about it. This is the Zega USA Zegamex. And what this thing does, is it is an anti-siphoning device. And that makes sure that you keep your fuel that you're paying for. As you know, diesel prices are not going down. And what a waste if some of this stuff would spill out onto the pavement as you're pumping gas. Zega USA has come up with this anodized behemoth of a device. It's huge, it's heavy, it's secure. It keeps your diesel from being siphoned, and it also keeps tabs on your spillage to avoid. So if you guys use the code, oh God, I was such good on last show. Cornetazo 10. Oh, it's so hard being a gringo in Hialeah, man, I'm telling you. But if you use the code Cornetazo 10, when ordering this product, you're going to get a 10% discount. These guys are going to take care of you. The exclusive distributor for this product here in South Florida is actually Top Tracking Systems. These guys are phenomenal. I love talking about Top Tracking System because I believe in them. I use a different ELD, unfortunately, because of the company that I do work for. But if I had my choice, I would definitely move to Top Tracking System. And there are several reasons why. Number one, lower cost. They have a lower cost than almost anybody out there. Some of the ones that you're using right now are double in price. And why on earth would you want to do that when everybody's worried about a bottom line right now? Number two reason why Top Tracking is best: 24/7 bilingual customer service. These guys at Top Tracking System have gone above and beyond in cultivating a really, really comprehensive customer support system. 24/7 bilingual. You need them at any time, 3 a.m. on a Sunday. They're going to be there for you with significantly reduced wait times. And it works in favor of the trucker so that you guys can spend less time worrying and more time actually doing what you love, and that's driving. And the third point, the third reason, the third key, as I like to say, no contracts. We are so confident that you're going to enjoy and love the Top Tracking System. We don't need you to sign a contract for a year or 2 years. So again, look them up, toptrackingsystem.com. You'll be very happy that you did, very happy that you made the switch. They give free classes so that nobody leaves the facility once it's installed. Nobody leaves not knowing what to do or how to operate the system. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, and go over to toptrackingsystem.com and get your free information and your free quote on what it's going to take for you to switch over. Now, topic number 2, something that I enjoy talking about. Let me ask, I'm just going to pose a question. It's a rhetorical question, but I'm going to pose a question nevertheless. How many of those Build Back Better hats do you see out there? I've never seen one. How many of the people that you talk to on a daily basis can say, you know, I'm so happy Joe Biden is our president? How many can say that? I'm willing to bet this many people. I mean, this guy has more excuses than the Bible has Psalms. Okay. He implements these ridiculous programs and then blames their failure on everybody else. And that's not very presidential. Never mind, all of the problems and situations he faces. He's too concerned on alleging, President Trump with these ridiculous lawsuits, trying to take him off his game, trying to get him to be worried about these legal issues instead of campaigning, because Joe Biden and the entire administration knows that they cannot win again against President Donald Trump. I'm just going to give you one example. Just look at the cost of gas. Just look at the cost of gas right now. It's ridiculous. It's almost $5 a gallon. It's going to be up there very soon. God forbid we have a terrible winter. And the prices go through the roof even more. And of course, everybody knows the gas prices. When gas prices increase, so do prices of everything that you buy: grapes, milk. We pay $4 a gallon, $5 a gallon for a gallon of milk right now. Man, God, that's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. As Charles Barkley would say, that's terrible. That's terrible. So in 2024, the general election is poised to be an intriguing political battle with President Trump once again in the spotlight. Despite facing numerous allegations and controversies, Trump's still out there, and he's still a very prominent figure in these American politics. Trump's current standing in the general election. So here's what would happen if we had the election today, even amidst all of the allegations, all of the problems, all the legal battles that Trump is surmounting. Trump would still beat Joe Biden. It's proven. There's 3 different polls who have proven this, and naturally so. Nobody in America could say they are better off now than they were when Donald Trump was in office, except maybe the Bidens. I digress. Trump's influence with the Republican Party remains strong, as evidenced by his endorsements of various candidates for Congress and the state level positions. As of this show, like I said, Trump leads Biden. If the elections were held today, Trump would beat him. A strong sentiment considering all the allegations surrounding him. What does that say about Joe Biden? Again, Poor Trump has faced such a barrage of allegations throughout his political career, ranging from sexual misconduct or financial impropriety. And he comes back and he beats every one of them. Unfortunately, they have affected the perception a little bit, not of those Trumpsters, not of those people who stay true, believe in his mission, believe in his goals, and who are his basic fan base, but maybe from those independents or those who might be on the fence. These negative things have affected the perception of Trump, with critics, questioning his character and all of that such, but again, all you have to do is look at the issues. Trump's strong stance on immigration resonates with many conservative voters who view his policies as essential for national security and economic stability. His emphasis on economic growth and deregulation appeals to all those who prioritize a business-friendly atmosphere and job creation. Trump's America's First policy, the foreign policy, continues to draw support from supporters who believe in prioritizing national interests over global cooperation. Prioritize where you live. Why are you going to give all of this money to continually, sorry, my microphone's huge, continually to the Ukraine, more and more money to Ukraine? Why? We need that money here. We need that money to stimulate the economy. We need that money for policies here, not overseas. My grandmother always had a very famous saying, sweep around your own porch before you go try to clean up the neighborhood. And I believe that wholeheartedly, and especially in a situation such as this. So Trump's current position, overall impact of the allegations of his campaign, despite those allegations, Trump remains a formidable force in American politics. He's not going anywhere, folks. He's not going anywhere. And thank God, because we need somebody like Trump back in office to erase these miserable years that we've had with Joe Biden. The outcome of the 2024 general election is going to depend on a few different factors, including the state of the economy at that time, the state of the world at that time, and the candidate's ability to connect with voters on the critical issues. You guys know as well as I do, if you've seen any videos of our now president, Joe Biden, he can't string together a series of words to make a coherent sentence. Why is this guy still in office? He's fallen asleep. This guy went to Maui, to give $700 to each of the people who've lost their life savings, their houses, their entire life gone. Here's $700. Meanwhile, we're going to send billions to Ukraine. Really? Does that make any sense? And the guy at the town hall meeting is sleeping. He's out of it. But this is our president. Anyway, I can keep going on and on about this situation. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Let's get you back on the rails. Yeah. Oh, God, don't get me started on this whole COVID part 8. I recently heard an interview with Joe Biden the other day. Oh, we got more funding for another vaccine. Oh, no thanks, Joe. No thanks, Joe. There you go. Donald Trump in a truck. That's a great. I like that. I like that photo a lot, actually. So that should be the background here, to be honest with you. So Trump in 2024, his fan base and the Trumpsters, they remain strong. They're not going anywhere. The impact of the allegations, again, affect more of the independent voter more than anybody else. But as the campaign unfolds, it'll be crucial to closely monitor, how the Trump supporters or Republican Party and those independent undecided voters respond to these allegations. They're going to shape the outcome of the election. But most smart people in America, and I say most, realize what's going on here. They're not oblivious to the fact that, Donald Trump is being dragged through the mud simply so he doesn't have the time to campaign, because if he did, he would annihilate Joe Biden and annihilate. So I could go on, like I said, I can go on and on about this topic, but I for time's sake, I will not. Go Trump. I mean, seriously, go Trump. It's going to be interesting to see who he picks for his vice presidential candidate here. But we'll see. And I'm hoping for a good turnout from the Republicans this next election cycle. I think a lot of Americans are sick and tired of the way things are going. A lot of Americans are tired of the high prices on everything that they used to buy. I remember, $70 worth of groceries was a cart full. Again, not so long ago, even when Trump was in office, $70, $100 worth of groceries was a cart full. Now I can get $70 worth of groceries in 2 bags, maybe 3. But anyway, so that's going to conclude my topics for right now. I'm going to talk about the Elite Group, which is the Elite Insurance and Beyond, EliteInsBeyond.com. They're the insurance company who is sponsoring us today and every day because they believe in our mission and we believe in theirs. So Elite Insurance and Beyond has everything you need for any type of insurance in the trucking world. They even will save you up to 30% on your premiums. You just got to give them a call. Go online, like I said, EliteInsBeyond.com, and you can get your free quote there. You can call the numbers and speak to somebody if you'd like, 305-888-1557. They'll help you out. That's what we do. We treat all of our clients like family. Elite Insurance and Beyond, Elite Carrier Services of Miami, top tracking system. You're not just a number with us. We value each and every interaction, and we're here to help you because we understand the struggles that you face on a daily basis. And insurance, regulations and ELD and logbook type stuff, that shouldn't be a problem for you guys. So we want you guys to focus on the road. We'll handle everything else. EliteCSOM.com, Elite Carrier Services of Miami. Those guys will handle all of your DOT issues, your permitting, your IFTA tax reports, your license plating in 48 states. Those guys have everything covered as far as that goes. So reach out to those guys and gals. I've been in the office. It's a very great place, a very good atmosphere. Everybody's jovial. Everybody's happy. They love helping customers. So I strongly suggest that you become a part of our family and see what we can do for you and help you in your own business. Next, and this is probably the best part of the show for me, is where I get to talk about the Gringo Happy Hour. I say it every time. It's the Trucker Happy Hour, and I appreciate you guys joining me while you're sitting down or relaxing or enjoying some type of a leisurely activity. Certain things went through my head, but I'm not going to talk about those. But for me, enjoying my leisurely activity is cigars. I love cigars. And my favorite cigar is the Florida Gonzalez cigars. These cigars are spectacular. We have several to choose from. This is our box here. This box right here is super nice. It's 90 miles. This is one of the original ones. In this box is a Habano cigar, very medium body, but full of flavor. It's delicious. I'm smoking right now an Unidos, which is 90 Millas Unidos, which is a lovely blend of a Connecticut and Habano wrapper. We have something for everybody. We have a sweet tip. We have a very smooth, suave cigar, the Florida Gonzalez 20th anniversary Connecticut, the Florida Gonzalez 90 Millas Connecticut. Those are super nice, super easy to smoke. Definitely good for beginners. What I found in my cigar journey, I started light. I went to mild, full for a little bit, and then now I'm right back to mild again. There's nothing that beats a good Connecticut mild cigar with a cup of coffee in the morning. Nothing beats it. Although maybe I'm wrong, but there is the 20th anniversary Maduro, which is a broadleaf cigar, and that pairs really good with rum. So, well, look, I have both times a day covered. I have the morning covered and the evening covered. But for this Trucker Happy Hour, I'm going to enjoy this Unidos from Florida Gonzalez Cigars. That's www.fdgcigars.com. You can follow Yadi, the owner. She's an amazing woman, very talented, very intelligent. I love working with her in the cigar industry. She's amazing at events. You can follow her on Instagram at FDG Cigars. And I'm going to smoke this now. But before that, I want to tell you, follow us. Guys, follow us. The Gringo Trucker Show is incredible. I love doing it. It's fun for me. I love researching the topics. I love talking to you guys about it, getting your reaction from it, getting the comments. Follow us, The Gringo Trucker, on YouTube. We also have a Facebook page, The Gringo Trucker page, and it's spelled Greengo Trucker. Follow those. We have articles in the El Nuevo Conservador. I know that's Spanish, but the articles are in English for my gringo folks. See, they have them in Spanish and English, so we cover all the bases here. So look that up, El Nuevo Conservador, KVC Media, The Gringo Trucker on YouTube, and The Gringo Trucker page on Facebook. So there's many different ways you can get in touch with us. So look us up there. But for now, I'm going to light this. I'm going to enjoy this cigar. And truckers, do me a favor. Be safe. Be safe on the roads. You know, pay attention. We all know that there are idiot drivers out there and nobody pays attention. So we have to be extra alert. Every time I do research for this show, I come across so many different articles about deadly accidents involving semis, and it really breaks my heart because I hate to hear about it. And I just think that maybe some of the stuff could be, I know a lot of it's uncontrollable, but maybe some of it could be avoided or negated, maybe not as serious if we maybe slow down a little bit. Just slow down a little bit, take a little more time, and just pay attention to your surroundings. We care about you guys at KVC Media and the Gringo Trucker Show. So just slow down, be safe on the road, and thank you for joining me today. I'm going to enjoy this right now as you guys get ready to sign off. And I'm going to tell you, Gringo Trucker, out.